Is it?
We'll fix
Are we good? I think we're good.
We'll fix that after. All right. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I feel like that mic.
This is so broken.
Yeah, I'll say that mic has just taken some damage over the past of like the entire semester.
All right. What are we going to call this? Welcome to Norcast.
What's up, Norcast?
Norcast, Norwich Podcast.
Norwich Podcast. This is a good start.
They also have the Odyssey podcast that you guys can listen to as well. Have you heard of the Odyssey?
Really? No, I have not.
It's like the professional one.
Ah,
we're the unprofessional one.
Yeah. We're like the overheard one.
And, did I grab a newspaper?
I believe we...
Oh, I'll go grab one. I'll pop. All right, yeah, that's better. We have a copy of the guide on. A great copy of the guide on.
A wonderful copy of the guide on. The front page is probably the best in years.
Oh, God. We sent in a ridiculous photo to the guide on, and it's of us at like a party last year, just chilling. And we have the old Saber, and yeah, it's really funny.
I love seeing Price on that.
We were like, what about that like Jesus photo?
Exactly.
They had? And he was like, wasn't there someone whispering?
Yeah,
You can be Judas. It's like, I see how it is.
Yeah. Good old Price.
Good old Price. But yeah, we have actually a lot of fun things to talk about. There are a lot of things going on in Norwich right now. Holy crap.
A ton.
And yeah, we have a lot going on with social media right now. And that's what I wanted to actually mention real quick. We have like everyone and their mother's making a meme page now.
Yes, I feel like it's just kind of like it's like watering down the memes.
Almost. I kind of feel like that if we can spur more people to have those type of pages and they do better than us, that's good. And like that should be what we all want to.
Yeah, we see someone do better than you.
Yeah, I know. At the same time, yeah, but we put out tons of videos on Overheard, so we can really show the culture of the school.
Yeah,
with the George Bush echo taps that we did. And then we did Pearl Harbor, and then recognition was insane.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No,
it was great. Were you on decks for that?
Yeah, I was up on top, and I think one of the craziest things for me about that was, I guess you don't really feel the dynamic of it as a senior until you're there, and like you're just like, oh, I mean, it's just recognition. You go over there, it's whatever. But like, no, it's a completely different dynamic as a senior.
It really is. And then seeing it from like my perspective now as an alumni, it's even like just to see at the intensity. I almost said violence. Just to see the intensity of like, yeah, but like the violence and intensity. I want to see it. We saw it in that video, and it was like, some people they don't like to see that and they think it's unprofessional. But at Norwich, that's what we like go through, and we can appreciate it. And it's just like, that's the hottest thing is like even some alumni they're like, oh, this is a little bit much, isn't it? It's like well, we'd like to think about us as the real military. We like to say that when it suits us.
Exactly.
We say like, oh, we are the military. And then we say we aren't the military when it suits us. But I think the most important thing is that we show the unfiltered Norwich. And the alumni loved it. It was just like...
Exactly. I think the alumni that are really like close-hearted with the school and traditions. And like the biggest thing is whenever... one of them will be like, oh, like you said, like, don't you think it's a bit much? But it's like, what you tell us stories about what happened to you. Yeah. How are you going to tell us it's too much?
And now these kids will remember that for the rest of their lives. That's going to be that, even though their recognition was early. And I understand, like, yeah, the thing is that the one thing they missed out on was when you came back from Christmas break and you had to suffer through Rookdom. 100%. That was the one thing us alumni were kind of like, we were kind of like sad that they missed our experience of that sucking
like
that
the
bad.
2-3 weeks you have left, and it's just like, damn, like what?
And I feel like you as a student too, Rod, you can appreciate. We didn't even introduce ourselves.
No, yikes.
DJ Tony Tone.
Tony Tone.
Two Tone. What's your DJ name?
Well, my DJ name for the shows is Antoine Jones. I mean,
Antoine Jones.
I mean, for the podcast, it can be like Big T.
Big T. And this is Jim. Yeah, we're doing this to just. Talk about a little bit more Norwich life, and maybe we'll put some like.
I'll say the early recognition stuff though. Keep going before I go.
Yeah, no. Go ahead. Your turn.
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people took it a lot of their proportion, and like, you try to blame things on like, yeah, these kids aren't ready, and it's like, yeah, for damn sure these kids aren't ready, but like we don't have control when we're choosing the dates. We're not having, the whole motive to push them forward. Like, and then you got to understand all sides of things. I think that's the thing is. A lot of people who like will comment or post things, it's like, oh no, my side's right, so I better post it first and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's an old argument at Norwich. It's like, what's more professional, I guess, is do we want to have the yelling and the drill style boot camp and all that. Like,
Yeah.
do we want to have that, or do we want to focus on leadership? And nowadays, leadership can be applied to more than just the Corps of Cadets. It can be applied to the civilian population as well. And we want to be inclusive. That's what they're trying to preach inclusiveness at Norwich, which is exactly what we want. We want to be inclusive. We want to be the progressive school to come to. But we can't forget our number one old school traditions.
Exactly.
Like, yes, the civilians are here, and we need to recognize that they are a special part of the school as well. They actually keep the Corps running.
Exactly.
Christ, people forget that if we didn't have the civilian population, the Corps wouldn't be here.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we need to give credit where credit is due, and that was an amazing recognition ceremony. I hope they continue it next year.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
I hope they continue that intensity that I got to see on decks, because that was absolutely, and it was a professional intensity too. I really enjoyed it. They had like this kid Clark, and he was like you could just see him. He was doing like Naruto ninja style hands, like he's like, "Why don't you tie your tie? Why don't you tie your tie?" And they don't touch him at all.
Oh,
Nothing.
the
You
CO?
know? Yeah,
That's my Rook brother.
They just go like all around them basically. Like, it looks like a shark attack from basic training, and I was like, this is it. Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Christmas time is among us.
Feliz
At
Navidad.
Norwich. So what the special thing that we do at Norwich for Christmas time is we have the company dinners, or the platoon dinners.
Platoon dinners, yeah.
Platoon dinners. So which platoon were you now, Rod?
I was 1541, although most of my Rick siblings either have their own kids or they left school, so
That's rough.
for the most part, I keep it with just just Fields and I. So, well, my Rick sister Brittany Fields, and I we'll go to a double table and we'll eat dinner there.
You'd be like,
we'll go to the mill.
The gang's all here, all two of us.
It's like that SpongeBob episode, like the gang's all here with the 3 fingers.
But yeah, I have a Christmas video I'm working on, and I captured most of the. I was there for like 2 hours. It flew by so fast.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The holiday dinner is always amazing. Everybody takes pictures on the stairway as well.
Yeah.
Kind of funny, they stop people from taking pictures on the Rook stairway.
And
They're like, it's a fire hazard over here. Go be a fire hazard somewhere else.
And they do it anyway, though.
Yeah, it was good. New group page. We have a new group page. If you are a follower of Overheard, I had to migrate everybody because the old alumni who were part of the older page, they would lose their alumni.edu or .edu address, and they couldn't get into the newer groups when we had problems.
Yeah.
So now we have one that's joinable for alumni and students only, and we check every member that goes in there. We check the class year and we make sure that it's good. It is that place for that if you want to see the climate on campus. We try not to censor. So, and it gets wild. It gets absolutely wild.
I'd say, speaking of new pages, we have also a new record.
Oh yeah,
you have yourself a new record.
A record. Yeah, there was 400 comments on one of our dramas that we had, and that's the kind of stuff that should be addressed in kind of a public forum. And you should see people's responses and see how people react. And then everyone voted on like whether or not people should be recognized. It was like a 250 to I think 30. Yeah. Wasn't too good, but yeah, it was like, so if you want to join that and be part of the little group we got, it's fun. Oh yeah, but the meme pages we wanted to mention, like there's that new page, the Old Corps. Old Corps grad. So that's floating around.
Isn't there like UP 500?
UP 500 as well.
Yeah.
And
I don't know who's making these pages.
Well, UP 500, I think I know who it is. And, well, I mean, I think he told me about it. So, and then the other one, Old Corps, is an Old Corps grad. I guess 2012 or whatever, 2013 maybe. I don't know what it is. But yeah, take a look at those pages too, because they're fun. We have a lot of online pages now.
And I was seeing like a show yesterday, and like one of the best quotes came out, and it says, "Kissing ass on the hill is a skill."
That should be on a T-shirt.
I was like, man, if I can like make a T-shirt for that for the people I've seen, like holy shit.
Well, there was that other T-shirt that we had for a while called "Sex Kills, Come to Norwich and Live Forever." I think UP 500 is grabbing that.
Yeah.
God, everyone was trying to sell off of Norwich. Like, I can't imagine the marketing team is having any fun.
Oh yeah.
Like the logo is hilarious for it too. It's got like the Alden Partridge logo, but it's laughing. I was like,
the Wick Light shirts were really cool.
The Wick Light?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you never see them? They're by the campus team.
Oh, they did another one?
Yeah, it was Wick Light, and it's just like amazing.
I like the one where it was like Old Sarge riding the keg.
Yeah.
It was like, or the wettest dry campus.
Yeah,
that was always another good one. But yeah, drama in the Corps Cadets. It never ends.
Yeah, there's always the whole.
I can't imagine being a commandant. It's like the hardest job. You have to deal with all that.
I overheard the other day someone talking, and they were just like, yeah, this isn't the Corps cadets anymore, it's the Corps commandants. I was like,
oh boy,
wow, someone must have some really big feelings on them. But I mean, to an extent, I mean, I can totally agree with that, just because like
they don't want the prisoners running the asylum.
Basically. I mean, it's like you put these people as like COs and stuff like that, and you know, you basically tell them how to run it instead of them like seeing what they have and ideas they can bring.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like we've swayed away so much from having like cadet leaders to, you know, having the commandants just have people they can put in place and talk in their ear and tell them just do that.
Yeah. That's why I was so glad that we had the fourth yes recognition. I remember seeing the colonel and the sergeant major looking at each other. They're like, the crowd is suitably angry. What shall we ever do?
It's like if we
they let the extra one go and like everyone went nuts.
Yeah.
When they went for one more time. How many push-ups they do? Must have been like 80 push-ups, something like that.
Had to be.
That was fun.
Had to be.
But it was man, that was a good time.
Yeah, it was so good that they let that go though, because just the entire time leading up to the event, it's like, nope, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's understandable why they wouldn't, but it's just like, come on, like, you got to at least budge with us. And I was like, I know it's eating you up in the inside too. So when they were just like, on the third time, you know, are they ready? Just everybody, no.
Yeah.
And like, they're just like, all right. They just like,
if you guys aren't familiar, we're talking about there's an old tradition at Norwich, and we won't go into detail about it, but there's just a couple times when the rooks get recognized, and the Corps has to respond. And let's just say it didn't go as well as, you know, normally. Normally there's a quick response. And this time it took a couple extra tries.
Just a couple.
But the crowd was amazing. I think a good amount of the Corps was out there too.
Yeah, definitely so. That's another thing. I think a reason why a portion of people didn't go too was like, you had it the Sunday before finals week. Like,
yeah, that was pretty bad. I was like, this is Sunday and everybody's gonna be up to like 3 now.
Yeah, I think I ended up just staying up all night because I was like, if I go to bed, I'm just gonna get groggy. Like, there's no point of me like going to bed when everyone's outside smoking cigars outside my room at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and stuff like that.
I went up to guard duty and I was like, you guys are gonna have fun tonight. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, it's probably like the worst time to do guard duty, to be honest.
Can only imagine the Tony, you tired?
No, I ain't tired.
You tired? Tired of talking about Norwich? 16 minutes in?
No.
When we edit this down, it'll be like 10 minutes, hopefully.
Hopefully 18, 19 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to make it too long. People got better stuff to do than listen to us.
No, this is good driving stuff. I think that's always the best. It's you either have some good music, but once you get like tired of music, you want to hear like people, just so you don't feel alone. You want to hear a good podcast.
Yeah, I do listen to a couple podcasts when I'm like driving, but the comedy station on Sirius XM.
Yeah, the comedy station is always hilarious.
Good. I've heard some hilarious. I'm like just laughing my ass off in my car, and I must look like an absolute like mental person.
Just laughing.
I'm just laughing around in my car, and like I come to a stop, and I'm just like dying because I heard something good on Sirius. And I'm like, wow, please don't look at me and judge me.
We had like one comedian here. I always miss like
everybody's a comedian here at Norwich. Everyone.
That can be taken like in 2 ways. Like one, it's like, yeah, truly everyone can here can make people laugh, but there's people here that are just complete idiots. They just go about it, and it's like
some people aren't even trying to be funny, and they just are. Like they're innately funny. Yeah, we my buddy went down to the mill. The mill's giving away lots of like fun stuff.
Yeah.
When they do like those little events,
Oh,
Cab is
yeah.
really like they've really improved over the years.
Yeah.
The school's kind of like getting more on the up and up and taking care of students and kind of making it like more bearable to live here.
Yeah.
My buddy Billy, he went down there and he's like, Jim, I just sweeped everyone in poker and won this Nintendo Switch. I can't believe they're giving that out to you guys. Then they had an ugly sweater contest at the pub.
The pub.
Everyone was just wasted and had these ridiculous sweaters on. Like, the events are good, and we had great bartenders down there now too. Like for a couple of years, it was kind of like hit or miss. You get a good bartender here or there, you know. Man, that's a good thing to have. And Sodexo knows it now. I think they're starting to get it. They're like, pour them a little heavier, all right?
These people need.
They're like, why do people keep showing up to the pub in droves? Like I remember when the pub first showed up here, and it was like 2-drink limit or whatever.
Are you serious?
They like limited people at first. Yeah, and everyone was like, all right, well, see you later. It was like $8 too for something that was really like, now they got good prices. They have good drinks. They have, every like 14 star.
Could you imagine now if they were just like, yeah, we're going to start having a drinking minimum here at the pub?
Oh,
what
God.
people would say, people would
riot. No, you know what they would do is they'd go back to their rooms. There's no ignoring the fact.
That's ridiculous. See, the thing is, it's just like, it's almost like any other thing. It's like, why have people, like, why would you want to see your cadets making fools of themselves outside on campus when you can just regulate it here on campus?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why, like, it's so important to have a pub on this campus and make it bigger too. It's got to be bigger.
Oh yeah, should be bigger.
2019, we gotta
should last. should be open longer.
Like there's that. If you're not familiar with the Wise Campus Center, there's a little part of the Wise Campus Center that has like nice outside area that with tables and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that can all be demolished. We can make the pub bigger.
Yeah.
And better than ever before.
Exactly. Maybe just combine the mill and the pub, make it like a pub and restaurant.
Oh God, that'd be great.
Make it commercial.
I heard the food down there is also getting better as well.
Down at the pub or mill?
The mill.
Yeah. I think so. They had like this. I had steak bombs instead, like since my freshman year.
Yeah.
Like freshman year was always like the fried pickles, mott sticks.
Yeah. Fried jalapenos.
The jalapeno caps.
Man,
and then the burger stuff too. Like they added more options for that too.
Yeah, that's good. Man, the band, not the band, band and drill going down Tulane. I know it's a little bit of a sore subject, but still, we should be proud of them.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's absolutely 100% to be proud of them. I mean, I'm just glad to see how like over the years we definitely have changed and improved for the better. And whether it's small or big changes or small or big improvements, it's definitely been something to see all around. So I'll start off with band since I don't know much about it, but I can speak in somewhat detail.
And if you're not familiar, we're talking about how the band's going down to Tulane. They usually go.
No, it's just
drill.
Yeah,
drill. Just drill. The drill's going down to Tulane, and they have a competition. And this is the where they go like it's like Mardi Gras and all that.
Yeah, it's a Mardi Gras competition in New Orleans. And
you get to hang with Todd Edwards. Like, you get to hang with
the Lieutenant Colonel.
Yeah, like that. That's fun. Every time I go to a faculty and staff meeting and Todd's there, I go right over and it's like, "What's up? What's up?" I'm like I'm an alumni now. I made it finally. I can actually say like, "Hey, what's up?" It's really weird at the same time. Like he was my commandant for the longest time.
Yeah.
He took very much care of me though. There was some times that were rocky, but he was always there and he cares. And that's the greatest thing about Provisional Battalion is it's like a big family.
Yeah, no, definitely.
This whole school's like a big family, but if you want to go even like deeper, it's like it's definitely there's something special about Provo, and you'll find that these bigger companies in Provo too, like 5-1 and 5-2, I think they are.
Yeah, the real companies.
What is it, like 100 people in the company?
Both of them. So both platoons, I think they're the largest platoons on the hill. They both have near 50 each at least.
And these guys, or these kids are basically, they're the ones that are going into cav, drill, and band.
Yeah.
And they put them all together. And that's the best thing that you can do for this school is if you build that camaraderie as a rook and then keep them together for all 4 years, you have the greatest companies. And that's what made the older generations
you
of the Corps.
experienced that.
It was fun. I definitely appreciated it. And I think it's something that we should bring back, definitely. Because we're at a time where no one actually knows of the old traditions.
I think that's
and all the old hazing that happened. Yeah, like no one knows about that stuff, but we will explain. No, we won't. No, that's another episode. But yeah, like if they brought back Alpha through, I think they already did though. They brought back Alpha through, was it Delta? Echo?
Yeah, I think it's like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie.
And now those upperclassmen
Delta,
companies will actually have feeder companies.
Yeah.
And so they kind of brought back the old Corps in a way. And it's only going to take a couple of years till they make up their own little traditions and all that, which is really fun for them. It's a real camaraderie builder. And it's very important that they do this. And I hope the commandants can understand like the value of having very proud companies. Like and they've made them so that like the problem was they were more loyal to their companies than they were loyal to the school.
Exactly.
And that was the biggest issue. Like if there was a problem, they wouldn't, tell Jackman. They'd usually handle it in-house and all like that, which is good to a point. Like everything should be handled in-house, but now they have the TAC officers, I think.
Yeah.
So if they can handle it with them in-house, that's perfect.
Yeah,
because it stays.
That's what they wanted,
it stays in there. Like they can go the TAC officers. They can go report what's going on. But if they can handle it in-house, that builds a trust with the TAC officer.
Kind of building trust with the commandant.
Yeah, it builds trust. And I think that's the thing that they should, we should realize that they're all adults now. They're 18 years old. And like recognition was a great example. Not a lot of people were happy about how much yelling there was going on, but that was the most professional yelling I've seen in a very long time. No one was like, there was no one getting like hit or anything like that. There was no one getting hazed. Just very proud cadets. And you'd see the seniors. One of the coolest shots I have is like this senior. He's just standing there. And you'll see it. It's like a 2-second clip. I don't put things in for 2 seconds, like really that often. But he's looking around like there's chaos going on around him. He's just so calm. He's like, I'm so proud. Yeah, it's I just think that's very I'm so passionate about that though.
Yeah, no,
believing
for
that
sure.
they should be able to police themselves because it gives them responsibility. And when they're given responsibility by Jackman, that's like kind of feels like, oh, you trust me. Oh,
exactly. And it's just
you got a lot of responsibility throughout your years.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say so because last year I was the squad leader for drill company upperclassmen, and like all three of because I had four squad members originally, and then one of them got switched over to first squad second semester. But for the most part, one of my guys became a first sergeant for drill. The girl that was in my squad became a first sergeant for fifth company. One of them, another one is training staff, and the other one is now the not training, but he's the NCOIC for the armory that we have now. So like all of them have done really good things, and I feel like, honestly, it to an extent, it's really, you feel a lot better to influence upperclassmen as compared to rooks, just because this isn't the time where we were all in the same company battalion. So most of my kids were third company, second company, or fifth company and stuff like that. Like from the year before.
That's what we should do. Is we should invite like your kids, or like we could invite like a rook onto the show.
Yeah.
And then like have them talk and be like, so tell us, what do you think about recognition? They're like, it was crazy. No, but that's the kind of thing that we want to show, is almost the unfiltered, the unscripted part of Norwich.
Just like the good parts, and like things that like they can't get in trouble for, things that like they can just speak their mind about.
Yeah. No one's gonna come on here and be like, I hate the commandant staff. Everybody has their moments. I mean, if you get caught being vapped, you're gonna have a moment where you hate everything, and you're gonna hate your wallet's empty too. Yeah. The new thing, how they used to deal with vaps. You remember how they used to deal with vaps? I
think everybody would now rather how they used to handle vaps.
Anthony, tell us about how they do vaps now.
So I believe.
A vap.
So if you're
Explain a VAP.
I believe so VAP stands for violation of the alcohol policy, and this year, I think they changed the policy to where if you get caught, instead of getting what used to be tours and close military confinement (CMC), is now a $250 fine. And doesn't it increase the more you get vapped?
I think so. So the more alcoholic you are,
the more you get caught.
Buckle up.
I think it's like 250 increments. So it's like 250, 500, and then 750.
And then you're out.
Yeah. I think it's legit like that. They'll like rob you dry and say, "Get out of here."
What they should do is take all that money from the VAPs and build the extension onto the pub.
Exactly.
It's like, where does that money go? Where does I want to know where it goes? I just think it's hilarious.
Some people get
collect money.
Fines.
I wonder if like there's one guy. There's got to be one guy in Jackman that's legit like keeping track of stuff. As you can see here in the graph, we've collected over $5,000 from VAPs and blah blah. He's like, how can we increase that, Bob? Like, oh man, that's funny.
It's just,
there's got to be like a line in accounting somewhere that says like, from the bad students.
I'm just glad.
I find it so funny. I don't know why. I know it's terrible, but
I just come on, like 250, like
it's like a fine. It's like, you realize you did wrong, right? Yes, I did wrong. We're gonna take it out of your pocket now. Okay.
Okay. I wonder if anyone's just been like, hey, can you just put on my school bill?
Oh, that is funny. Can you imagine? Just bill it to my parents. That's what people are saying. The parents are getting like extra fines now. They're like, what is this $250 for a violation of it? I thought you could drink on campus. Wow, we don't say that. Yeah, it's college. I think denying the fact that that's the one thing. We go to every Norwich event, and I get so excited for Norwich events when they're big special ones. Yeah. Because there's going to be a full bar there. Like right away, you're like, Sodexo's there. It's going to be good. Yeah. It's going to be good. Full bar. And you got like Steve Gagne's 14-star beer is always going to be there. And we have it like on the can. And it's just like, don't leave the tent. Don't go wandering off, all right? Alumni weekend is going to be nuts when 2019 comes around. And you have like 5,000 alumni just wandering around campus drinking. You're like, oh, look at these, the rooks.
Yeah, good.
Because I know that's definitely, if I'm still working here, I'm going to be like filming the crap out of it. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I hope that what I really want to do is get all some of the old school colonels together and do like a colonel round table. I'd love to get them all together. So yeah, if you guys are listening to this, send this to the colonels. I'd love to get the colonels together and just have them chat about like what it was like being colonel. Because some were colonels under Rick Van Arnhem, some were under Colonel Holden, some were under Colonel Titus. You have some that were under Brigadier General Kelly.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, if we can get some of the old corps colonels too, like just to talk about it. Even we got like, you familiar with Randy, the guy that writes the books?
No.
Norwich Heroes? Randy Miller. Randy Miller was, I believe he was a cadet colonel as well. And he's the old school grad that's writing all these books. That's what's important about Norwich, which is very important. And you should definitely check out his book. It's on his website. It's Randall Miller. You can find him on Facebook. He's got it on Amazon. You can buy all. I think he's got 3 books out now. You can buy all 3 of them for the Kindle and all that, or the whatever your e-reader I think is.
Yeah, always support your Norwich.
Always support your Norwich alumni. Very important.
I think one of the things I saw here was when people would scrutinize others for reaching out to alumni.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why. And I'm just like, hey, like these hold like the past, the history. Like, wouldn't you want to learn more about that and at least implement some of their stuff to like new stuff?
Yeah.
Like I always hated that where people would be like, oh, why are you talking about like to alumni? They don't know what's going on, or oh, well, it's a different time now. It's like, yeah, because I want to know. Like,
oh yeah, like the most recent stuff. People were when we bitch and complain on Overheard. Sometimes they're like, ugh, this is an alumni. You're not even here. Why do you care? We do care because we want to make sure that you're having a great experience that we had. I think Colonel Gardner like plans the Corps out. Like
Gardner's a great man.
I think he goes home in the summer and just writes the whole schedule for the Corps.
Gardner's amazing.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Oh man, I want whatever is in his coffee in the morning because that man is always smiling every time you see him.
He's always reading the flag detail too.
He's always there.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. If you guys know Colonel Gardner, he's one of the greatest commandants just because of his spirit and his personality. And oh my lord,
just seen him.
If you meet him on a bad day, yeah, I'd be having a bad day if Colonel Gardner walked by me and like say, "Hello, Mr. Black, how are you?" He's like, "Oh my." I'm like, "Oh, I'm better now, thanks."
Yeah, I'm feeling amazing.
You know, yeah. He used to fly A6 Intruders. Man, is a legend. Yeah, the A6 Intruders. I think they were side by side seaters. So you can only imagine like Colonel Gardner
just so talking next
time. So how you doing?
How's it going?
How's it going, hey man? I can just see it. Oh man, he must have been wild to get deployed with. Can you imagine? It's about that time, Anthony.
It's just
again.
That time.
This is the 3rd time we're trying to do this, but it's it's about that time to close it off because we're talking for too long.
Yeah, quite some time. But I think definitely if we start bringing more people in, I think it's just because it's end of the semester.
I want to get Jared Silva on here because he went to my high school.
Really?
Yeah, and he's definitely going to make a guest appearance. I want to have like artillery on here too one of these days. I heard they're getting they got new uniforms now with that red leg.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that red stripe.
I was like,
it's going to make Norwich look so cool, man. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely excited to see that when they start wearing B's again. It's going to be like, wow.
So much new things.
We get like random people on here too. That'd be fun to get like. Can you imagine if we got like Todd Edwards to come on here? And like, just talk. Tell us everything, Todd.
I think he'd be. I think aside from everything, he's a funny person.
No, Jim, don't want to do it. Nope, you can't make me. No.
I think it'd be cool if we can get Colonel Gardner on here.
Oh man,
how does this work?
The podcast would be over in 5 minutes.
He'd be like, am I speaking into this right? You'd be like, is it too loud, Jim?
The podcast would be over in 5 minutes at the speed of Colonel Gardner if we had him on here. But no, that'd be fun to get him on. But I'm trying to preserve the time that we are. Preserve the time and the culture that is like 2018, 2019. Yeah. It's our bicentennial. We want to look back and see what was going on.
What crazy things. What great things.
You know, what people actually thought of the school at the time. How much they loved it. How much they disliked it. Not disliked it, hopefully. But like, you know, how the stress was. Yeah. How their hardships were on campus. What they had to go through. Like, there's some people who I know they can't afford like the tuition and doing like GoFundMe's right now.
Really?
So like, there's a couple out right now. So if you see those floating around Facebook, drop them a couple bucks.
Or share it if possible.
Yeah, anything helps. But yeah, it's just like we are humans at Norwich. Basically, you know, we have human problems.
think just end of the day, just know like we're all here for a reason. We all came here. We have something in common at least. We come here to this school.
Yeah, we're all cold. Everyone's freezing together. You go outside. And your nostrils will just freeze. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's the worst.
All right, so I'm Jim.
I'm Big T,
and this is Norcast signing off.